Hi, my name's Rob from Gaynor Sports in Ambleside. You join me on a very blustery day in the Lake District, and I'm going to talk you through a few of the differences in the approach shoes that we do. There's quite a lot in our range, so I'm going to try and highlight a few of the differences between the models and why you go for one pair over another, and also the difference that they have over sort of normal trainers. Although some models may share characteristics with other footwear, such as the mesh panels, there's actually quite a big difference. Whereas other footwear can be very flexible underfoot, you'll find these to be stiffer. This is so that when you're on uneven ground, you still have a solid platform for your foot, which makes for more comfortable movement and means that rocks and things aren't going to be poking through. You'll also find the tread pattern underneath a lot more aggressive, so this one with the vibrant sole unit has got an omnidirectional tread on it. That's going to really grip in every direction, so it's going to give you maximum traction underfoot. All of these will tend to have that sort of aggressive pattern to them. And you'll see there's a definite step on the instep there. It's really going to grab onto the rougher terrain. So the next choice you're going to make really is whether you want a waterproof lining or not. That decision comes down to essentially when and where you're walking. Obviously if you have a waterproof lining, you're going to be protected against the wet, and it'll also offer a bit of sort of windproofness to the shoe as well. If you're walking somewhere very hot and dry, not having a waterproof lining will mean that your feet breathe a lot better and probably keep a bit more comfortable, but as an all-rounder, a lot of people tend to like a waterproof lining because, particularly in Britain, it's often a bit cooler and wetter. So there are other differences in these shoes. It's sort of on a sliding scale. You'll find the North Face and the Merrell ones we have there going to be really good on a sort of long distance path, something like the coast to coast, because they're quite flexible where you need it, along this bit here where your toes flex, while still offering the stability, and fairly lightweight, so you're going to be comfortable throughout your walk. When you move up to something like the Mammoth here, they're a little bit stiffer, a little bit more aggressive and slightly heavier. That actually means they're a little bit more durable on rougher ground, so if you want a shoe that's going to be good for scrambling or harder terrain, something like this would be great. It's got a really good rubber toe ram, so it's going to deal with any sort of bashes you're going to get off rocks and stuff, and it's actually got a climbing zone on the front there, so you're going to get a really good foot placement on small edges. You'll also notice on the more technical shoes that the lacing comes right down. That means you're going to get a really tight fit. You can pull that tight and that's going to give you a really snug fit, so your foot placement is going to be spot on really. No bagginess in the shoe at all. So that was a very brief overview of some of our footwear. If you have any further questions, just drop them in the comment box or contact us on our Facebook page.